Subscribe and press the bell icon to never miss another video of Bhakti Charu Swami.
Prabhu joined in, he's from Italy, and he joined in 1976, and he lived in Mayapur. Well, before that he was initiated by Srila Prabhupada, and so Mayapur Chandra Prabhu actually came to Jagannath Puri. That was when?
1991.
91. So there was a piece of land here, quite a large piece of land actually. So, okay. So we're very happy to have Mayapur Chandra Prabhu with us.
My pleasure.
Your health is okay?
Well, something's going on.
Okay, yeah, body
No
is...
major problem.
Yeah.
Old age.
Old age, yeah. And so we had a large piece of land here, and it was kind of disputed. I don't want to get into that. Okay, just briefly, since I brought up that point, this land was donated to one spiritual master of ISKCON at that time by one of his wealthy disciples from Calcutta, who also lived in London. And then the Guru left ISKCON. And how far should I say? Anyway, but this person was so attached to his spiritual master that even though he has fallen down, terribly fallen down in the drugs, with women, with all kinds of things, but still he would not give up his Guru. But fortunately the land was in the name of ISKCON, so there was a big legal battle, and finally we got that piece of land. It's a beautiful piece of land, just next to the ocean, quite a large piece. And now, when this struggle was going on, Mayapur Chandra Prabhu was here fighting the battle. Yeah. We need a Roman legion to fight such a battle. So, and anyway, now the land is there with ISKCON fully, and we are planning to... There's some problem also. Another problem is when we wanted to build a temple, the local pujaris from Jagannath temple objected. Because their fear was, if there is another Jagannath temple in Puri, then there will be problem. Therefore they stopped that, our construction. Government didn't give us the permission, we are still struggling. But the good news is there is one very wealthy person in India who is prepared to give us 100 crores to build that temple. They're the Jindals. No, Mr. Jindal.
Oh, Jindal.
Jindal. He is a very big industrialist. Yeah. So Devakinandan Prabhu is cultivating him. And anyway, let us see. And there is a Sanskrit saying, Pustakastha tuja vidya parahasta gatang dhanam karjakale samutpanne natad vidya natad dhanam. Meaning, the knowledge that's in the book and the money in the hand of others, at the time of need, you cannot rely on either that knowledge nor that money. So point is, unless and until you have the money in your hand, don't trust.
the deities there are connected with you.
Mahaprabhu Prabhu just reminded that the deities there are connected to me. Maybe Mahaprabhu Prabhu can explain, because I give him the mic.
Hare Krishna. It's a big honor and pleasure to be here near such a great soul,
Hare Krishna.
Charu Maharaj. First time the meeting was in Italy. It was Brahmachari, in time of Bangla. And I was surprised if I came here walking fast, meet the time Bhagavan. And then he came to me and say, "Where is the kitchen?" I go to him and say, "What, the kitchen? I want to eat." And he went to the kitchen and started to prepare prasada for all the devotees. Wow, what prasada. He was an incredible cook.
I was.
So it was the first time I met Maharaj. By coming back here, that land was in the jungle. Nothing was here on that time. I speak about 92, 93. And I got a donation. That's a beautiful story where I get the money to build the temple there. But I didn't have the money to make the deities, Gornitai. And one day, I came to know Bhakti Charu Maharaj came here with some English devotee. You stand the other side of Oriya.
Vijay International.
So Durva Maharaj's wife came to present the project, asking for donation. And then I came and you say, I don't understand what you want. Because she was speaking. And then I say, we need money for the deities. We need some donation from the English devotee or whatever here for making the deities here, install the deities. They made the say, right, why not? And they gave the donation. So thanks to Bhakti Charu Maharaj, we had the first Gornitai deities, ISKCON deities at Puri. Thanks to me.
Thank you so much.
Actually, in 1976, there was an article in the PTG about Jagannath Puri. And on the end, Srila Prabhupada said, who open a temple in Jagannath Puri will get my eternal blessing. I remember that. I was in my mind. I was a new devotee, dreaming to open something for Srila Prabhupada that way. By the way or another, by His mercy, I came here in 1991, and I opened the temple. But the real temple opened when the deities are here. So actually, Bhakti Charu Maharaj opened the temple, not me. Because he brought the deities here. And now, Maharaj, I am for the last 1 year in Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya house, where a group of you devotees came today. Development the place. I'm in charge of maintenance and development.
Wonderful, wonderful.
And thanks to Vaishnavas, give me good donation. Today, many devotees of you came there and say, I expecting everything. I take an occasion to invite you to come there. Where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to stay. Srila Prabhupada was there also in 1977. Prabhupada came there to see. I don't want to speak too much because he's the one who wants to speak. Thank you very much again.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, so today you visited all the places. Yesterday we spoke about Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, and then it came to the point when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is about to leave Jagannath Puri to travel to South India. Devotees were reluctant to let him go. No, you can't go. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that I'm going to find my brother who took sannyas. So, since then I didn't get to hear about him, so I'll try to find it. Okay, फिर से सुनाई नहीं दे रहा है बोल रहे हैं. Now I think the back can hear, front cannot. Can you hear now? Now it's better. Okay, so should I take it closer? So now your ears are satisfied? Okay. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then left for South India. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu traveled to South India. He visited all the holy places there. But the most remarkable about his South Indian visit was his meeting with Srila Ramananda Roy. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was not a devotee at the beginning. He was an impersonalist. He was a Mayavadi. But by coming in contact with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he became a devotee. But when he became a devotee, then he realized what a great devotee Ramananda Roy was. Ramananda Roy was the governor of that province, which was at that time Andhra Pradesh was a part of Orissa. King of Orissa, Prataprudra, conquered all the way up to South India, especially Andhra, and he appointed Ramananda Roy as the governor of that place. So before that he was in Puri, he was in the capital, Cuttack, and he used to come to Puri, and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya saw his devotion, but like most of the impersonalists, he thought that he was just a sentimentalist, just as he thought Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was. He was a sentimentalist. They don't understand the expression of the devotee's love for the Lord. They think it's just mere sentiment. But after becoming a devotee, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya realized the exalted position of Ramananda Roy. So he told Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that you meet Ramananda Roy when you go to South India. So one day, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after taking his bath in the river Godavari, he was sitting under a tree, and at that time he saw one personality, very important personality, came surrounded by brahmanas chanting the mantra and many other people. He came in a palanquin and he came and took a bath in the river. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wondered, is this that personality about whom I heard, who is the governor of this place? And Ramananda Roy, after taking his bath, he saw Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He also heard about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so he recognized that this must be Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is how they first met. And they embraced each other. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked, "Are you Ramananda Roy?" He said, "Yes." "Are you Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu?" So you can well imagine how ecstatic both of them must have been at that time, meeting each other. They embraced each other. And all the people there were surprised that why this sannyasi is embracing this householder. And why this householder, who is such an exalted personality, is the governor of this place, is behaving in this way towards the sannyasi. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu understood that this is not the place this is not the time to really meet Ramananda Roy. Ramananda Roy also agreed and decided to come the next night. So at night Ramananda Roy came, and the evening Ramananda Roy came to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu just with one brahmana with him. He didn't bring his entourage, and other associates with him. So, and they met and they got into a discussion. And in that discussion, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was asking Ramananda Rai the question. And Ramananda Rai started to answer. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked, what is the ultimate goal of life? Param Purushartha. The ultimate goal of life. So Ramananda Rai quoted a verse saying, Varnashrama charobata purushena parapuman Vishnur aradhate pantha nainam tattosha karanam. He said the goal of life is to follow the Varnashram. That is the way to please Vishnu. That is the way to please Vishnu. Vishnur aradhate panta nainam tattosha karanam. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rejected that. He said, that's fine, but that's external. Why? Because Varnashram is the material situation. The designation of one's occupation according to his situation in different modes. Those who are in the mode of goodness, they are Brahmanas. Those who are in the mode of passion, they are Kshatriyas. Those who are in the mixed mode of passion and ignorance, they are Vaishyas. And those who are in the mode of ignorance, they are Sudras. So on the basis of this influence of the mode, the Varnas are situated. Varnas are designated. So that is material. Dealing with the material modes of nature and ashram. At certain stage it's a brahmachari, then grihastha, banaprastha, sannyas. This is a bodily designation. Therefore Mahaprabhu rejected that. Varnashram is not the ultimate goal of life. It is necessary to structure the society, to structure the human society properly, but it is not the ultimate goal of life. And then Ramananda Rai told, the karma yoga is the goal of life. And he substantiated his statement by quoting from the scriptures. That is the Vedic way of making one's point. Not just on the basis of speculation they say. They would say things on the basis of scripture. Why karma yoga? Because Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita, Jat karosi, jadasnasi, jat juhosi, dadasi jat, jat tapushoshi kaunteya, tat kurusha madarpanam. That's the goal of life. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you give in charity, whatever austerity you perform, all these activities should be rendered for the sake of Krishna's pleasure, by offering the results of those activities to Krishna. That is the meaning of karma yoga. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rejected that also. Because these are all materialistic consideration. Then Ramananda Rai mentioned that Jnana Mishra Bhakti is the goal. First, what he pointed out, Karma Yoga or Karma Mishra Bhakti. Now he is speaking about Jnana Mishra Bhakti being the ultimate goal of life. And he mentioned Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma na shochati na kangshati sama sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhakting labhate param. When one is situated in Brahma Bhuta platform, the Brahma, that means pure spiritual platform. At that time his heart becomes completely satisfied, prasanna atma. At that time, na sochati na kangshati. He doesn't have any lamentation for things that he lost or hankering, kangshati for what he doesn't have. Lamentation and hankering, he is beyond that because he doesn't have any material craving. And at that time, sama sarveshu bhuteshu, he sees everyone with the equal vision. In his eyes, everyone is equal. That is Vidya Vinaya Sampanne, Brahmane Gobi Hastini, Suni Chaiva Sapakecha Pandita, Samadarshina. Samadarshina. In his eyes, a Brahmana and a dog-eating Chandal, and Suni Chaiva Sapakecha Pandita Samadarshina. He sees everyone in an equal vision. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rejected that also. Okay, beyond that, I mean, before that, there is one point. I missed that, I thought it comes after, but actually this point came before. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rejected Karma Mishra Bhakti, saying that this is also external, that is, Jat Karosi Jadasnasi, etc., that example that he gave, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rejected that. This is external. Then Ramananda Rai spoke about karma tag, renunciation of karma. And that is Sarva dharman parittajya mamekam sharanam braja aham tvang sarva papebhyo mokshayishami masuchaha. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that's also external. Karma tag, renunciation of action, is also external because acceptance and rejection are the two sides of the same coin. It is connected to karma. Acceptance of karma or rejection of karma is both related to karma. So he rejected that. Then he mentioned about Jnana Mishra Bhakti. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma na sochati na kangshati sama sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhakting labhate param. See, mad bhakting labhate param, Krishna is saying. He achieves my transcendental devotional service. But Mahaprabhu rejected that. Why? Because there is the consideration of jnana, knowledge. So then Ramananda Rai spoke about the devotional service, Annabhilashita Sunnam, Jnana Karmad Anabritam. Why Mahaprabhu rejected that? Because they were jnana mixed with jnana and karma. But the pure devotion is devoid of either jnana or karma. has nothing to do with jnana, nothing to do with karma. It is of another dimension, another domain. Anna bhilashita sunnam, no other desire. Jnana karmad anabritam. Anabritam, abrita means covering. And anabrita means devoid of that covering. So he's pointing out that jnana and karma are actually two coverings of devotional service. One is a gross covering, karma is a gross covering, and jnana is a subtle covering. So jnana karmad anabritam. And at that time, anukullena krishnanushilanam, accepting whatever is favorable to Krishna consciousness, and rejecting whatever is detrimental to Krishna consciousness. Anukullena krishnanushilanam bhaktir uttama. That is pure devotional service. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted that. Yes, that's right. Tell me beyond that. That means now you explain. Then Ramananda Rai spoke about devotional service in Shantaras. Mahaprabhu said, that's fine. Tell me what is beyond that. Dasyaras. That's very, very good. What's beyond that? Sakhyaras. What is beyond that? Vatsalyaras. What is beyond that? Madhurjaras. So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, yes, that's right. Tell me beyond that. What is beyond that? Ramananda Rai said, I didn't know anyone can question what is beyond that. Anyway, after all, you are asking me the questions and you are also providing with the answers. So if you bless me, I'll be able to answer them. If you provide, you are providing the answer yourself. Meaning, you are inspiring my heart from within to come up with these answers. Then in this way, through this discussion, it came out that Krishna in Vrindavan has this Madhurya relationship in conjugal love. And he has that relationship with the gopis of Vrindavan. Now, there are 16,000 gopis. Krishna is dancing with these 16,000 gopis. And in between two gopis, there is one Krishna. But in the center, there is one gopi. So this gopi with whom Krishna is dancing alone, just one Krishna dancing with this one gopi. And they are in circles. First is circle of 8 gopis. Next is circle of 100 gopis. And in this way the circle is expanding. And Krishna is dancing with the gopis there. So the one who is he is dancing in the center, she must be very special. And then this particular gopi became upset and she left Rasa Mandali, Rasa dance. So although Krishna was dancing with 16,000 gopis, but just because this gopi left, so Krishna left all 16,000 gopis and ran after him. So this gopi must be very special. So in this way, he started to establish the position of Srimati Radharani as the most exalted. And this is how Ramananda Roy pointed out. And then he pointed out that at one point that this Gopi and Krishna became one. So at that point, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu covered his mouth. He said, fine, enough. We don't have to tell anything more. Why? Because now his identity is going to become revealed. So, who is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? When Radha and Krishna become one, that is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. At that point, Krishna actually assumes, Krishna, in a way you can say, Krishna becomes Radharani. In that intense loving exchange, doesn't the lover become completely absorbed in the beloved? So that is the identity of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So anyway, so this is how through Ramananda Rai, through this discussion, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu established the ultimate goal of life. What is the ultimate goal of life? Is to become a devotee of this personality who is none other than Radha Krishna. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nahiyanna. The ultimate goal of life, the ultimate devotion, ultimate level of devotion is Krishna's the loving relationship of Radharani for Krishna. That is the highest form of devotion. And to become the devotee of Srimati Radharani is the ultimate goal of life. Bhakti Vinod Thakur said, Dhamero Sharup Sfuribe Noyone Hoibo Radharo Dashi. When I'll be able to perceive the transcendental abode of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Dhamero Sharup Sfuribe Noyane will become manifest in my eyes. And Hoibo Radharo Dashi, I'll become a maidservant of Srimati Radharani. So actually through this discussion with Ramananda Roy, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu established the ultimate goal of life. In this way, through the special discussions with his very, very intimate devotees, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu established the ultimate goal of life. Like first with Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Through Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, what did he establish? Through Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he established that the goal of life is to become a devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Supreme Personality of Godhead, the supreme, absolute truth, is not some energy. Not the spiritual energy is the ultimate. The supreme energetic, who is the source of all energy, is the ultimate. Right? That's what he established through Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Then through this discussion with Ramananda Roy, he established the ultimate goal of life. Then, through his discussion with Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami, he established the process of devotional service and the understanding of the spiritual reality, the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the spiritual reality. So this is how these conversations that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had with his most intimate devotees is establishing the ultimate goal, ultimate truth. This is the essence of the Vedas. And that's why Mahaprabhu's teachings is so important. The understanding of the Vedas is incomplete until we come to understand it through Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There are so many misconceptions flowing. Impersonalism, demigod worship. Actually, Hinduism today has become a hodgepodge. So unless and until one comes across Sri Prabhupada's teachings, which is a pure presentation of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings, they are not going to be properly situated in their spiritual understanding. Okay, then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu traveled through South India for some time, and then he went back to Jagannath Puri. Came back rather, not went back. He came back to Jagannath Puri. When he came back to Jagannath Puri, King Prataprudra wrote to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya that he wanted to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, no. Sannyasi's business is to meet the kings. It is better to stay with a serpent in the same room than meet a king. Why? Because a king is supposed to be very materialistic. So that's how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is establishing the high standard of sannyas order. But anyway, through Prabhupada, we realize that we cannot imitate Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We are prepared to meet anybody in order to spread Krishna consciousness.
You meet the king, the Puri.
Well, he is just a small guy nowadays.
No, I remember. We were together.
Yeah, right. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't want to meet the king. The king became very desperate. He appealed to Ramananda Roy. Ramananda Roy, incidentally, after meeting Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, resigned from his position as the governor and went back. The king admitted, king relieved him, realizing that now he wants to be involved in devotional service. He made him retire, but he gave him the same amount of salary that he was giving, with full pay. Retirement with full pay. And so Ramananda Roy came back to Jagannath Puri, and so king appealed to Ramananda Roy, and they discussed, and they approached Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was totally reluctant. He became very upset. When they came to him, he said, "Tell me, what's the matter? All of you came. Something serious?" He said, "Please, the king is so eager to meet you. Please give him your mercy." Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then the king was so desperate that he said, "Okay, then I myself will become a sannyasi." He thinks that I am a materialist, I myself will become a sannyasi. So this time they actually requested Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu agreed that okay, I won't see the king, but the king's son is his extension. The son is the father's, extension. So I'll meet him. So this is how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu agreed to meet the king's son. King's son came. He was a very handsome young boy. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu blessed him, and the son came back to the father, and the father, embracing the son, felt that he was actually embracing Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is meeting Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then came the time of Jagannath chariot festival, and at the time Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw that the king, like a sweeper, is sweeping the road. Now in the Vedic culture, the occupations are very clear. Like the occupation of a sweeper is considered to be very low class, and the position of a king is very high class. So here the king is actually sweeping the street like a sweeper, but for whom? For the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So seeing that, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very pleased. Now that leads us to another anecdote. The king there was a negotiation was going with the king of Kanchi. The king of Kanchi was considering offering his daughter in marriage to the king of Jagannath Puri. But when the king of Kanchi heard that he sweeps the streets, he said, "No way, I'm going to offer my daughter to a sweeper." So he didn't recognize that he was sweeping the road for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I mean, for the sake of, in front of Supreme Personality of Godhead, who are we? Rather, sweeping the street for him is a great honor. So anyway, the king of Kanchi was very powerful. But the king of Puri, although he was weaker, he felt that he must retaliate to this insult. So he decided to attack, to get into a war with the king of Kanchi. So he was taking his army, and when they came to one spot, there was a milkman who was serving milk drinks. And so when the king came, passing by, he said that two persons actually came. They drank some lassi here, and they said that you will come and pay for that lassi. Two persons. Yes, they came riding on a horse. One was fair complexion and the other was dark complexion. Okay. If he said that I have to pay, I'll pay. And as the army was proceeding, then the news came that the king of Kanchi has been defeated. How just two cavaliers wiped out his whole army. So then the king realized who that two cavaliers were who drank the lassi from that milkman. Who are they? Krishna Balaram went and fought for Kanchi, the king of Orissa. And so these are some wonderful reciprocation that Krishna Balaram had, Jagannath and Balaram had. For we can see when somebody serves the Lord takes care of him. There was no way the Puri king could have defeated the king of Kanchi, but the kings, the Kshatriyas are very valiant, very heroic, and at the same time they are very proud. Oh, you insulted me, even if I have to die, I will fight with you. But he didn't have to fight. Krishna Balaram fought for him and defeated the king of Kanchi. So, anyway, so let's go back. So, King Prataprudra was sweeping the street, seeing that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very pleased. Then the Ratha Yatra went and it came to Balgandi, and in Balgandi the chariot stops, and there Jagannath accepts the offering of everyone. Whoever brings something for Jagannath, Jagannath accepts that. So the chariot stopped in Balgandi, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to the adjacent garden, and he was lying under a tree. And at that time, one ordinary person came, a farmer-like person came, and started to massage Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus feet. And while massaging Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus feet, he started to recite some verses, sing some verses from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 31st chapter. And he was massaging and chanting. But when it came to the 9th verse, that is, Tava Kathamritam Tapto Jivanam Kobibhir Iritam Kalmashapaham Shravana Mangalam Srimadatam Bhuvi Grinanti Ye Bhurida Jana. The nectarian words and instructions of the Supreme Personality of Godhead frees us from our suffering condition. Taptu Jivanam. The glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is sung by the most exalted personalities like Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Narad Muni, Kobibhir Iritam. Kalmashapaham. These words of the glorification of the Supreme Personality of Godhead cleanses our heart from all their impurities. All impurities. Kobibhir Iritam. Kalmashapaham. Shravana Mangalam. Just by hearing, we receive the greatest benedictions, greatest auspiciousness. It brings us the Srimadatam, the greatest good fortune. And Bhuvi Grinanti, those who distribute these words of the Supreme Personality of Godhead throughout the world, they are the most munificent personalities. So when he was singing that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu jumped up and embraced him and kept on saying, Bhurida, Bhurida. Indeed, he is the most munificent, he is the most munificent. So this way we can see how when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't even want to see him, he actually embraced him. Why? This is how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is establishing the glory of preaching, spreading Krishna consciousness all over the world. And in a way, we see that this verse actually is indicating the glory of Srila Prabhupada. 5,000 years ago, the gopis sang it. 500 years ago, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu approved of it. What is so special about this? Spreading Krishna consciousness all over the world. Bhubi Grinanti. Now who did that? Krishna consciousness did not spread all over the world before. But who did that? Srila Prabhupada. And that's how we can see that how Srila Prabhupada's greatness has been appreciated by the gopis of Vrindavan and by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu during his meeting with King Prataprudra, saying that who distributes Krishna consciousness all over the world is indeed the most munificent. In a way it can be seen that that's Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But obviously Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not approve of it because it was indicating him. Oh, I am the one who is going to distribute it all over the world. No, that's not the reason for Mahaprabhu's approval. Mahaprabhu approved it, yes, somebody will come who will distribute it all over the world. So this is how we see how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu established the glory of Srila Prabhupada. I also was thinking of speaking about Gundica temple, but it's already 7:30. Anyway, I'll briefly speak about that and then we'll sing this verse, Tava Kathamritam. And before Jagannath temple, Jagannath chariot festival, where does Jagannath go during the Jagannath chariot festival? After, in riding on his chariot, where does Jagannath go? Gundica temple. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu decided to cleanse Gundica temple. There was a consideration of permission, and when king heard that Mahaprabhu wanted to cleanse the temple of Gundica, he was very pleased. Oh, sure, give him all facilities. The news went to the head pujari of Gundica temple, and he said, sure, I'll make all the arrangements. So he made arrangements for 100 water pots and 100 brooms. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with his hundreds of associates went to cleanse Gundica temple. So they first with the brooms swept the floor, the walls, the ceiling, everything. And then Mahaprabhu said, let us see who collects. And from the collection we will see how much one worked. And one who worked the least, that means whose collection was the least, then he'll have to feed us sweet rice and sweet cakes. So this is how they all inspired. And after sweeping, it was all the dust, all the dirt and dust and broken pieces of twigs and branches and everything, because the temple was not used for a long time. It's used only when Jagannath goes there. So it needed to be cleansed properly. And when it was collected outside after cleansing, then it was seen that all the collection of all the devotees was lesser than Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's collection. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu singularly, single-handedly cleansed the temple, which was more in volume than the others collectively. And then they brought water. First they cleansed once. Then still there was some dirt in the corners and other places, so that also was cleansed the second time. And when all the dirt was taken out, then all the people were standing there with 100 pots of water. And all the water was thrown on the ground to cleanse. And not only the floor, also the ceilings. And while they're cleaning the ceiling, the walls also got cleansed. And so this is how the temple was cleansed. One Bengali devotee, he just took the water, washed, put it on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's feet. And quietly he took the water and he drank. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu noticed that. And he was very upset. He called Sarup Damodar, that your Bengali devotee, look what he has done. He washed my feet in the temple of the Lord. And then he drank that water. And this way I have become an offender to the Lord. So tell me, what shall I do now? So Sarup Damodar grabbed that devotee by his neck and threw him out of the temple. Then he came in and told Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, please forgive him. He is a simple-hearted person. So this was one very sweet pastimes that took place, and this is how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught us what's not to do in the temple of the Lord. And then it is this temple was cleansed. Then Mahaprabhu started to dance, and then they had a feast of Mahaprasad from Jagannath. So now, what does this pastime indicate? What is the lesson we learn? Isn't our heart supposed to be a temple of the Lord? So should we keep our hearts dirty, or should we make the effort to cleanse the heart? So we have to clean our hearts. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught us how to cleanse our heart through these pastimes of Gundica temple. So make your heart absolutely clean, completely clean. What are the dirts in the heart? Lust, greed, anger, illusion, envy, and pride. Should we keep them in the heart? Or should we free our heart from all those impurities? Then the craving for distinction, adoration and profit. Labh, puja, pratishtha. So this is how we have to cleanse our heart. There should not be then various material attachments. We have to be free from those attachments. Now one thing is that when it comes to that, especially we hear from some householders a question, what should I do? Shouldn't I have my attachment to my wife and children and other family members? My answer to that is instead make those attachments with Krishna in the center. We can develop our attachments in two ways. One is with the basis of the body, and the other is with Krishna in the center. And I simply ask, maybe you also can consider, okay, you have your wife, who does she actually belong to? I didn't hear any response from the husbands. Yes. She is Krishna. She is a devotee of Krishna. Your children, are they your children or Krishna's children? Your house, is it your house or Krishna's house? So you don't have to leave your home, you don't have to leave your family. Simply recognize that your wife is a devotee of Krishna, your children are devotees of Krishna, your house is a temple of Krishna. Then yes, go out and make a lot of money to maintain your household, to maintain your family. For whom you are doing that? Are you doing it for your family or are you doing it for Krishna? So isn't that a very simple Krishna conscious solution to a big problem? Yes. I asked the husbands, what about the wives? Is your husband or Krishna's devotee? At least I got some response from the wives. Are your children or Krishna's children? So with that understanding, you take care of your wife, take care of your husband, take care of your children, take care of your household. And that is the meaning of Krishna consciousness. Okay, thank you all very much. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Gaur Premanande Hari. Okay, let me just see if there's any question. Okay, here's a question.
Hey Krishna Guru Maharaj, you have mentioned that we should make our heart simple and become free of lust, anger. So
Not simple, clean.
I face one difficulty, that of becoming angry with the devotees. So how should we deal with that?
Well, yes, sometimes you see passion will prevail. And sometimes while rendering service, it may happen. If somebody doesn't do things rightly, then yes, it's natural that we'll get angry. But, after that, after you have displayed your anger, then you can go and explain to him, Prabhu, this is why I had to do that. Please don't mind. All right? But try not to get angry. Sometimes people ask me, my anger I cannot control. What should I do? I said, when you are angry and whatever you say it with a smiling face. Say it with a smile. Okay? Now you're smiling. So keep that smile when you're saying that. Yes.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. So how to differentiate between need and greed?
Need and greed. Need means when there is something to be done and certain things are required. But greed is when you want it not because it is required, but due to your desire to enjoy. That is greed. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj. Like in Bhagavad Gita, Sarva Dharman Parityaja, that's the ultimate instruction. And if it is quoted in context of karma tyag, then Arjuna, even after accepting that, he was into fighting and all, and he obeyed instructions of Krishna.
Yeah, so you see, Bhagavad Gita is not the end. When Bhagavad Gita ends, Srimad Bhagavatam begins. Bhagavad Gita is not really speaking about pure devotional service. So pure devotional service is established in Srimad Bhagavatam. So that's why we can see here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is rejecting that statement. According to Bhagavad Gita, that's the ultimate. But in Srimad Bhagavatam, what do we find? What's the first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam? That's the invocation. Yeah. The first verse is actually, these are the invocation. The first verse is Dharma Prajhita Kaitava Atra. When all the religions, religious responsibilities, which are actually not real dharma, in the name of dharma, sense gratification. That is called cheating religion. So when that is completely rejected, then only we can enter into Srimad Bhagavatam. So this way you can see when Bhagavad Gita ends, Srimad Bhagavatam begins. Okay. Yes, any other question? Yes. Just give it to her. If you throw it, can somebody catch it?
Hare Krishna Kumar. Who is Ramananda Rai in Krishna Leela Pastimes?
In Krishna Leela Pastime, Ramananda is a combination of 4 personalities. Ramananda Rai is Arjun of Pandavas. Ramananda Rai is Vishakha Devi. Ramananda Rai is Lalita Devi. And Ramananda Rai also is Arjun, the friend of Krishna in Vrindavan. Okay?
Thank you very much.